All right, hey folks, long time, no talk, long time. How you doing? Today we're going to look at a big loss that's sitting in my account. Trading's been pretty good lately, but I got a big loss sitting in there, and it's always a good opportunity to sort of have a lesson and talk about things. So let's do that today, and then also I don't know how many of you are interested in this, but I have two folding phones. I have every phone, but I have two folding phones. I got a Microsoft Duo, and then I have a Galaxy Fold. And I'm going to give one of those away. I don't know which one I should give away, though, so you can leave a comment below the video. You can @ me on the Twitter, @RobBooker. That's probably a good idea. And then you can let me know. I don't know which one I'm going to give away, and I don't know who I'm going to give it away to, and I don't really know why I'm giving it away. But I just generous. We ought to do something nice. We ought to do something fun. Spread the love. Do something good for the people. Leave people better than we found them. But I want to show you this loss that I've got in the account right now, and then maybe discuss some plans, or I don't really know what I'm going to do with it right now. I'm going to kind of discuss it and work through some of that here. I almost said while I'm on the phone with you. I'm not really on the phone with you. I don't even know if I can see the comments. But if you want me to call you on the phone, let me know what you want to talk about. You can put it in the comments here. I can see some of the comments from YouTube, but you could put your phone number in, and I guess we could talk on the phone. I don't know why we would do that. Let's take a look at the account. So I'm going to share my screen here. You're going to see it all double up and go crazy. But let's take a look at the trade first. So trading has been pretty good lately. I've had a really good last 45 days. Took a win on AMCI today. The P&L for the day was -294, but I think the trade ended up being over $1,000 win for me. BCRX, that was up $300 today. CSCW, that was up $84 today. FCX, I had a really small $99 loss on that today. And then I've got a GameStop trade, right? That's down currently, but I feel pretty good about that. And then I've got a PERI trade, and I feel pretty good about that. Those are really small losses right now. I'm going to keep those. We could take a look at those in a minute. And then I have a really nice trade on TDAC. You'll see my friend Paul and I, we're going to send out 900 million emails about it. That's a trade that my friend Paul helped me get into. And that's going to be, that should be a really nice trade. None of this is trading advice. You shouldn't do anything that I do. You should definitely, based on the next trade that you see in my account here, you should ignore most of what I say. And then I'm sitting on a $7,896 loss on UVXY. So let's talk about UVXY, and let's talk about, where the charts are at. And so what we'll do here is we'll go over here. We'll type in UVXY. So I had a pre-election. This is going to tell you everything you need to know, really. I hope you're learning from me, right? I hope you're learning something. So I had a pre-election, I hate to put it this way, but feeling. And that's so dumb. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's like, oh, the market should... the election should cause some volatility. It's the same thing as saying, oh, I think the vaccine will be coming out. And it's basically trying to be a predictor of news, which is dumb. It doesn't really work. It's lame. It just doesn't really work. It's stupid. And so I bought options. I bought calls on the UVXY. Pre-election, just stupid, way back, I don't know, way back over here or whatever. Just a dumb trade. And then I didn't close it. I just figured, oh no, this will be the one that I keep open for. No, I mean, that's always rationalizing, right? We rationalize our stupid decisions instead of just admitting that we made a mistake and admitting that we should have handled it differently. And so that's what I want to do today is, this was really a trade that should have been closed as soon as price went against me, and as soon as I had that, $1,000 to $2,000 loss. That's really my max loss. And that's an extreme example. I want to keep my losses smaller than that, but that's an extreme example. But I kept it open. And then I rationalized it, and I used the election as the rationalization. Things in the election are going to get nasty, and it's going to whatever. You tell yourself a story, and I believe if you start telling yourself a story, you get yourself into trouble, because not because trading based off of stories is wrong. My friend Mark has a uranium story and some energy plays, and he's got a story behind it, and those kinds of stories help keep him in a winning trade. He's great at it. He's done really well. But for me, sometimes telling a story keeps me in a losing trade, because I will go back to the story and I go, oh no, the market should be doing whatever, and then it doesn't. And so now I'm sitting on what is a significantly outsized loss. I think, I don't know this for sure. I don't know what the real numbers are. I don't know what the numbers are. I can look them up. But I think over the last 45 days, I think I'm up 33 to between $27,000 and $35,000. So this is going to take a chunk out of those wins. And I had some really great wins. I had a really great win on Tesla. I had some really great trades on some bear market stuff, if you've seen that class. So it's not going to torch all of my gains. It's just going to be a real disappointment that I broke the rules and I kept the loss open. And my friend Tim said something the other day that I thought was really smart. In his 30-day boot camp videos, he said, sometimes you gotta take a really big loss so that you feel it so significantly that you don't let yourself do it again. And I thought that's a really good, like a lot of us, the loss first comes about because we don't want to take the loss, and we think, oh, if I keep it open a little bit longer, it can come back, and that rarely works, ever. So here's what I'm going to do now. At this point, this trade on the UVXY is close to a 100% max loss. It's a December expiration on the option. We're 11 days away from that. It doesn't matter if I keep it open. It's just going to expire worthless at its basically max loss. I think my maximum loss on this is like $8,000. And as of right now, it doesn't matter if I close it. So it's not a thing. What I'm looking for, however, on UVXY is I'm looking for a bullish engulfing candle. And I want to get away from the story for a minute. At some point in time, volatility will increase. At some point, the market will suddenly flash crash or whatever else. The sign that I could get into that trade is a bullish engulfing candle. That's a candle that prints green, and that if you moved the candle at the left over sideways, it would fit all the way inside of the bullish engulfing candle. It would fit all the way inside of the body of that candle. And eventually that's going to happen. And when it does happen, you see things like this over here. When it does happen, it usually on UVXY, it predicts that a couple of days out, 2 or 3 days from then, you're going to get a really nice move higher in UVXY, and that means volatility goes up. And so that's my next play on UVXY. As just like a couple of other things that I'm looking at that you might be interested in. I like the way that FII looks for a buy trade. I was going to buy GIK today. I didn't do it. These are both SPACs. You'll see there's a video going around of my friend Paul and I talking about SPACs, where he was up one time this year $1 million on a single trade. It was pretty awesome. I'm going to probably short Lyft. I'm probably going to buy puts on Lyft in the next 24 hours. I don't know if I already did this or not, but I'm going to short MGNI. I don't know why you couldn't watch me do that. I mean, you shouldn't do what I do. You should definitely make your own decisions. But I feel like, transparency is good. There are some options on this. There's actually some December puts with a 10-cent spread. It's not so bad. I think I'm just going to short the stock, though. So I'll see if I can short 500 shares. And And let me make sure that's a limit. Yep, that's a limit order. All right, so I shorted MGNI. I love that it's printing bearish divergence, a bearish profit circle, which is an indicator that I built. And I love that we have at $13.50. I love that we have a weekly pivot from a few weeks ago that was not hit by price. I think it's very easy to imagine a scenario in which we drop down to previous level of support from October 30th or halfway the distance to the weekly pivot, which is at about $17 or so. Then let's see if it falls $3 and then I put a stop loss above 22. So a risk of $1.50 for a profit potentially of $3. That looks pretty good. Now there's of course no guarantee that that'll work. You know, listen, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all traders. Everybody says, Samsung, definitely. All right, we'll bring out the Samsung. It's a great phone. I actually loved using that phone, but it's just time to reset the phone and move on. And I have so many other, I should just be spreading around some of the nice things that I have and sharing them with you. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I think we're up to 78,000 subscribers, which is, I just can't, like 2 years ago, I think I was at 3,000 subscribers. I think it's crazy, right? It's just pretty, just thank you for everything. Really appreciate you watching and leaving a like and everything else. So I'll be back tomorrow. We'll give away a phone. I hope that that's a fun experience for everybody. I don't know how we'll do it. Maybe we'll do something where everybody donates $5 to a charity or something, and then we do something where we can all participate. We'll probably run the whole thing on Facebook since it's easier to manage a contest like that on Facebook with the comments, but I don't know for sure. All right, I love you all. Have a great day, everybody. So good to spend some time with you, and I'll see you tomorrow.